It's getting warmer, and as a new season approaches, you'll want to be the first to have something stylish for the season. Wish it could be in your budget? Too bad, because you can't have affordable with these tariffs. But you know what else is affordable and trendy?
Trendy Aragua.
A new line of clothing that will get you an all-expense-paid vacation to El Salvador and an indefinite tour of their Supermax prison.
Oh my gosh, so trendy!
Fashion like this turns heads, specifically the heads of the US government who will want to talk to you. Some are calling this clothing line trendy.
Trendy.
Wearing a gold necklace? People in gangs do that, so that's trendy. Wearing merch of your favorite sports team? Trendy. Own an NPR tote bag, you Marxist slug? Trendy. And it's not just clothing, you can also get tattoos, like this free expression of religion, which might seem uncool, but it's trendy, because it's actually the one in MS-13. Be a square no longer with the trendy fashion line.
There's a great thing that's happening for our country.
Hi, I'm Jacob, the Seattle Soy Boy. Welcome to Late News Last Night. Be sure to subscribe and like, and oh boy, y'all loved my Garcia video. And some of y'all really hated it. I'll try to do some more videos like that in the future. But for now, let's get to some headlines. Barely a week after Pope Francis's death, Trump reposted a picture of himself as the Pope.
Oh my God!
Truly I tell you, Shifty Adam Schiff is a loser. He shan't inherit the earth. Believe me. Amen. Last week, the conclave met to choose a new pope, and I think we have some footage.
Oh, puff puff pass.
And among the frontrunners was Pier Battista Pizzaballa. And I really hope he won, because imagine the jokes that could be had.
That breaking news coming from Vatican City. The Catholic Church now has a new pope, and for the first time in history, he is an American. He's chosen the name of Leo XIV.
No! Why conclave? Why couldn't it have been Pizzaballa? And I'm not the only one who's unhappy. The MAGA crowd was also very displeased with the new pope, with Laura Loomer, whose only significance is hanging out with Trump a lot recently. Well, she referred to the new pope as a Marxist pope. No! Not a Marxist pope! He probably believes in some sick Marxist ideals like selling your possessions to give money to the poor. He might even quote some abhorrent communist text like James 5 verses 4 through 6. You who have hoarded wealth in the last days, look, the wages you failed to pay your workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. You know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. I think Christianity and Jesus are Marxist. It's time MAGA got a new religion, one that has a divine power. Oh, yeah, okay, I see that. A book that seems to be obnoxiously quoted. Yeah, okay, yeah. And a place of worship and pilgrimage. Okay, you know what, MAGA? Let me speak to MAGA real quick. MAGA, you don't need Christianity. The religion you were looking for was right here all along. Be your own pope. A new study suggests that the human brain may contain as much as a spoon worths of microplastics. They were planning on telling us sooner, but they struggled for 10 minutes to open the plastic packaging. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Extreme Zilla Master 4269. And today we're going to be unboxing a human brain. And I wanted to get an organic brain, but those are too expensive, so I got a plastic one. Ew, nasty. Oh. Please comment what you think the consistency feels like. Oh. In the run-up to the Canadian election, Trump posted, "Good luck to the great people of Canada. Elect the man who has the strength and wisdom to cut your taxes in half, blah, blah, blah. If Canada becomes the cherished 51st state, blah, blah, blah. It was meant to be, blah, blah, blah. It makes no sense unless Canada is a state." Bro, stop trying to be so thirsty for Canada. She said no, let it go. Are you trying to be Biff right now? Well, that explains Bernie's behavior. "Quick, Marty, we gotta go back to the future so that I can rant about Gaza to an empty Senate for the 12th time." But I mean, come on, Canada. Our flag's pretty cool. We got hella stars. I mean, is this what you want your flag to be? Just a maple leaf? Your flag is just your biggest stereotype. What I'm saying, Canada, is your flag is basic. Well, All of that thirst may have actually won Mark Carney and the liberals the election. And Mark Carney had some strong words for Trump.
President Trump wants to break us so America can own us. And we will not let that happen. We are over the shock of the betrayal.
Yeah, America, I've moved on. I've been working out, I got a real Canadian girlfriend, and I haven't been drinking maple syrup directly from the bottle. The effects of the Trump tariffs have ravaged shelves, but when asked about it, Trump had this to say.
Selling us stuff. Much of it we don't need. You know, somebody said, oh, the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30.
And pretty soon, we won't even be able to afford Just Guys the musical. He expounded on that point.
They don't need to have 250 pencils. They can have 5.
Okay, class, we can only afford 5 pencils, so y'all are gonna have to share. I wish I could do the math on paper to figure out how long each student gets to have a pencil, but then I'd be wasting our precious pencils!
Your Secretary of State says everyone who's here, citizens and non-citizens, deserve due process. Do you agree, Mr. President?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Even given those numbers that you're talking about, don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president?
I don't know. I have to respond by saying again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me.
If I did something like that at my old pizza job, I would have been fired immediately. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want me to make you a pizza? I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to check with my lawyer on that one. But what I can tell you is that the lying, dishonest health inspector said I put Gorilla Glue on the pizza. But that's fake news. Even if I did do it, it would have made it the best pizza ever because it keeps the pizza together. That's just common sense. Not a lot of, people don't talk about that. And in fact, there was a big guy, strong guy, tears pouring down his face. And he said to me, "Sir, your pizza was so amazing. I had an orgasm." It's true. It's true. But to be fair to the Trump administration, they've been stopping an awful lot of fentanyl. Let's see what Attorney General Pam Bondi had to say about that.
Since Donald Trump has been in office, DEA has seized over 21 million fentanyl pills. That's 21 million lives saved, in my opinion. Since he's been in office, DEA has taken 22.2 million fentanyl pills off the streets.
Wow.
And seized 1,400 pounds of pure fentanyl. This is 119 million lives Donald Trump has saved. Your DOJ agencies have seized more than 22 million fentanyl pills, 3,400 kilos of fentanyl since you've been your last 100 days, which saved, are you ready for this, media? 258 million lives.
Did you hear that? She said we saved 258 million lives. The media just won't report that 3/4 of the U.S. population were saved, even though she herself said
75,000 Americans are dying each year because of fentanyl.
So either 75% of the population was magically about to overdose, or we got a surplus of lives. Holy crap, have we found the infinite lives glitch? I know one expert who knows how to deal with extra lives. Oh, and he's gone. Well, that's all the news I have for this week. See you next time for... Holy crap, I have no idea, actually. Well, remember, a spoonful of comedy helps the news go down.